welcome or welcome back to my channel. For those who do not know me, my name is Kim and I am the creator behind KD Creations. And today we're going to go over what I made this week. So if you do not mind, if you would give this video a like or hit that subscribe button, I would love it and appreciate it so much. So without further ado, let's get into what I made this week. So I made a lot of bigger items this week because in my last market, a lot of my bigger makes are what sold. So I've been really concentrating on some of my larger items, and I was watching Awestruck Crochet. She's one of my favorite channels to watch, and I got inspired by her because she made a couple of the Mama Made Minis plush. She's mostly known for her snugglers, but she also makes her snugglers in a plush form, and that's kind of what I focused on a lot this week. So the first thing that I made is her deer, and these are super simple. They're actually no-sew, so you make the arms, the legs, and the ears first, and then you start with the head and you crochet everything in as you go on. Oh, and you make the tail first as well. So she is made out of Premier Basics in I believe it is steel oaks and mushroom for the face. And she is kind of like in my very first video where I made the cow, she's kind of the same. She can sploot, she can sit up, and she's also really good at cuddling. So that is the deer pattern from Mama Made Minis. And then after her, then when I got done with the deer, I made the bear. And I want to make a black bear, but black kind of gets hard to see, so I actually went with Lead by Burnett Blanket, and then the nose is actually Steel Oats by Parfait Basics. And again, he is no-sew, so you make the arms, the legs, the tail, and the ears first, and then you start with the face and crochet everything in as you work to the bottom. And he is just so cute. So it's kind of like a wilderness theme going on, because after I made the bear, I made the fox. And he is also Mama Made Minis, the fox plushie version. I'll have all the patterns linked down below. But again, no-sew, you make everything up front and then crochet it in as you go. And he is made out of Barnett Baby in terracotta, and then the face is mushroom by Premier Basics, and he just turned out so cute. The tail, so cute. So we kind of have like a wilderness theme going on. And I'm sure somebody is just going to absolutely love these. Again, these are all Mama Made Minis, the plushie versions. I'll have the pattern link down below. So after I did that, I got accepted into a tester call from Hooks and Healers. She was running a tester call on Instagram, and I signed up and I got in. So the very next thing I made was Shrek. I believe she said that she's going to have this pattern for free on our tutorial, but I believe the pattern was going to be a free pattern. So he's completely made out of Premier Basics in lime green. This is chocolate, this is caramel, this is mushroom, and he was no-sew. You make the arms and the ears first, and then the only thing I had to do was tack the ears down. So that's the only sewing that I had to do, and of course embroider his nose, but he came out really cute. I want to make this again in Parfait Chunky. It'll come out a little bit smaller, but I think that he'll be super soft and super cute in Parfait Chunky. So that is him. And then I made my really big item next, but I'm going to save that for last. The next thing I made is by Snuggle, and she has quite a few. She just came out with like a splooting series, so she has like a dragon, a dinosaur, a bunny, a unicorn, and I believe a fox and a gray wolf. Look how cute this came out. I think it's the big old eyes that just really do it for me, but kind of like the same body style as the Mama Made minis. He can sploot, he can sit up, or he can just be made to snuggle. Some people who make these are making them with the pellets to kind of make them weighted. I did not do that this time. I made make another one that has some pellets inside, but he is plushy. But just look at those eyes. These are actually hand painted by me, and I love me some stars, so I had to add those in there into his eyes. And I really don't want to sell him. I think he's just precious and absolutely adorable. He is made out of Parfait Chunky, and I believe he is practically no-sew. You make the tail, the legs, the arms first, and you make the head first, and then you make the arms, the legs, and the tail. So the only thing that you have to sew on is the head, but you close up the body so that way he's a little floppy. So it's just super easy to sew on, and he was a quick make. You did also have to sew on the little little spikes, but again, super easy, super quick make, and he just came out so cute. So the next thing I did was a pattern. You do have to be a part of Crochet Grow's Patreon in order to get this pattern. Totally worth it. I'll have her Patreon linked down below if I can, or if the very least I will have her Etsy page linked down below so you can check her out. How cute is this? And he sold instantly as soon as I put him on my Facebook. Instant sale, because Stitch just came out. He's really popular, so this was just the perfect make for right now. So the eyes, the nose, and his little color right here is actually made out of felt, and I got this from a shop on Etsy. I'll have that link below, but everything else is crocheted. You do have to, there is quite a bit of sewing, not snowing. You do have to sew on the ears, arms, the legs, the tail, and then you make the blanket separate and the bow separate. I tied on the bow to the blanket, but then I just also added a little bit of hot glue. That way it stays on there and it's not flopping around. And you can remove the blanket if you want to. I just thought it was super cute that he was snuggling the blanket. And that is Stitch, or Blue Alien. So cute. All right, and for the grand finale, I worked on him all day Saturday. This is actually my third one of making these, because at my last market I had two, both of them sold. If you're a part of the crochet community, you know Anchor the Octopus. And this is him. He definitely takes a day, 8 hours to make. You make all the tentacles separately. First you make the inside of the tentacles, and then you make the outside, and then you crochet those together. Once you have all 8 of the tentacles, you single crochet in the round to connect all the tentacles, and then work your way up to the eyes. You make this head part separately, and then the belly under you make separately as well, and this is sewn on, as well as the back part of the head is sewn on. And just look at his eyes. These are hand painted by me, and I thought they were just perfect. I kind of like making my animals more of in the realistic colors. I find that for me, using natural colors, realistic colors sell well. So I thought terracotta and Burnett baby blanket was the perfect color for an octopus. So I'm super excited to take him to my next market. because they're so realistic and so big. Even if they don't sell, they draw in so much attention. So it's just worth the make just to have him at your booth to draw people in. I noticed that the dads, the guys, they like this more than the women do. And of course the kids get a kick out of them too. I usually have like smaller versions of him in my like $10 bucket for anybody that, you know, just can't afford the big price tag of Anchor. So that is him. And that is everything I made this week. Thank you again so much for clicking on my channel and keeping up with me and my mates from week to week. Really excited to have you here. And again, if you would not mind, click on that subscribe button, and I will see you again next week with what I made this week. Bye.